All right, welcome to Norski TV, and just want to bring you some news concerning our director of football, Raul Sanllehi. It's been announced that he's been basically sacked from the club, or he's no longer with the club no more. They've announced it that Raul Sanllehi is no longer with the club, and that Vinay will take over his position. Let me just read what it says. It says, this is a statement from the official Arsenal website. It says, on behalf of the Cronkies, said Raul has made a big contribution during his time with us and will always be a part of the Arsenal family. We thank him for all his hard work and expertise and wish him every future success. We have no doubt that Vinay is the right person to take the club forward. He has shown outstanding leadership during the current crisis and is held in high regard internally and externally. We know everyone will rally around him so we can move forward successfully. Raul, who joined us from Barcelona, said, I'm proud and pleased with the contribution I have made at Arsenal over the past 3 years and look forward to enjoying the club's future success. Arsenal is a true football institution. He goes on to say, I'm proud to have been part of its history and I thank Stan and Josh Kroenke for this opportunity. Working with Vinay, we have built a top team for the future. Mika has made an extremely positive impact since his arrival and has formed a strong team with our technical director, Edu. The academy is in very safe hands with Per, and Husfami is a talented and highly capable leader of our football operations. Personally, I now look forward to taking some time off and spending time with family and friends before setting to work on a new challenge and cheering Arsenal on to great things. And that's the statement from the Arsenal. They said more to come. But this really does stink. I was reading an article the other day with regards to Arsenal doing an internal investigation into the Pepe transfer, and they were saying that there was some questionable transactions that was going on. Namely, that when they was doing this transaction, it seems as if Raul Sanllehi, rather than him brokering the deal with Lille, and like with anything, if you want to go and buy a player from a club, you're going to say, look, I'm interested in the player. What does he cost? The club will say he costs X amount. Then you go about doing a deal, whether that's a swap, an installment, part exchange, whatever it is. You're dealing with one person, which is Raul Sanllehi, and obviously Vinay and whoever family, I'll see who's the operations. I think he's the actual the solicitor for them. And it seems as if a third party was involved, where they paid this guy to broker the deal with Lille, and they're talking of figures of around £10 million. Now, I'm sure when this deal was done, I'm sure the person that brokered the deal and got paid £10 million, who paid it, how it went about, how they paid it, who agreed this, I'm sure that somebody would have got a cut, or some of the people that were involved in this deal would have got a cut. Now, this is just ridiculous. Why are you paying a third-party person? And again, this is alleged. Why are you paying a third-party person 10 million to broker a deal when you could have just dealt directly? And this is what's happening. There's too much underhand stuff going on, secret gentleman handshakes and stuff, looking after each other, lining your own pockets. And that's really been more evident since Keir Drapagin has come on the scene in regards to how Arsenal are now doing business now, because they've gone away now from obviously the guys going out, scouts going out and scouting players and then making suggestions to them. It's now becoming more agent related, and this is not good. And obviously Raul gets on well with Keir. Let me say Keir. They get on well, and as you can see in the last few transfer windows, a lot of players that Raul Sanllehi has brokered have obviously come through Keir. You only got to look at Cedric Suarez, you got to look at David Luiz, Willian the latest. and we're linked with players that are under Keir Drapigan, and and this Keir guy, he seems to be having a lot more to say concerning. I mean, he's an agent. He's an agent, for crying out loud. But it seems as if he's the spokesperson now for Arsenal, because he's ended up going on Sports, Talk Sport, and criticising past, football directors and stuff like that. And I'm thinking to myself, what is going on here? What is going on here? And, talking with a couple of mates, a couple of friends, they didn't feel comfortable the way Arsenal were going in terms of, getting into bed basically with, these agents and doing business the way they're doing it. And now where we are now, where Raul Sanllehi has now been given the boot, and I believe he's been given the boot to protect him, because this possibly could go down as some fraudulent activities that's going on. So I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of it or what's going on, but it seems as if somebody's came in and good due diligence on Arsenal, going in and looking at the deal and looking at the transfer deal concerning Pepe and saying, hang on a minute, when you went about this, when you was doing this, trying to broker this deal, why was it that a third party was involved to broker it? Why are you paying somebody money to broker the deal when you should be dealing directly with the club? And it just seems, and it stinks. And when you have, in the last week, 2 weeks, where Arsenal announced that, they haven't got enough money to pay the scouts, and, losing 55 players, 55 employees, it really does not sit well in it. It's a big, massive PR disaster concerning Arsenal. It's a massive PR disaster. And right now, the way things are going concerning Arsenal, off the field, the way we're doing our business, the way we're doing our transfer business is absolutely terrible. Now, let's go back. All right, Wenger, stayed on a little bit longer than necessary. But before, when we were successful, we was doing, we had David Dean dealing with all the transaction. A guy that you would say, for me personally, you could trust. Do you know what I mean? He's just like your that steady dad. You know what I mean? Just going about his business, just doing what he needs to do, and just keeping sweet. You would look at him and think, oh yeah, what a nice guy. Yeah. Raul Sanllehi just looks dodgy, yeah? When you listen to hear that voice, listen, mate, the guy coming like, I'm sure somebody said like, he's sure he's from the mafia. Because man, with that growly voice, mate, I'm telling you. But he has not done this club justice at all in terms of what's going on now. And as I said, under Wenger and David Dean, that's when business was doing well. We was getting in the right players. When we wanted the player, we went for the player. Negotiations were done straight. David Dean dealt with all of that. We move on. Years later, Ivan Gazidis comes in. Total joke. He gets taken over from... Ivan Gazidis gets taken over. Raul Sanllehi comes in now. And Vinay. And literally, we've just gone right down the pan. I don't know what you guys think. But obviously, something was cooking. And now... the kitchen has caught fire, and basically Arsenal have had to come out now and make this public, because if the papers begin to investigate this and that, it would make it worse for Arsenal in terms of the PR off the pitch. And the thing is, we're trying to build now. We're trying to get back into the top four. We're trying to challenge. We're trying to get in players that will make us much better. But hearing this news and the way they're doing their business, it's just not good. It's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. And I was reading some other publication from Le Grove. I mean, they wrote a very long article concerning this, and was saying that something was going on in terms of smoke was brewing, in HQ, and now it's turned into a great fire. And it just seems as if ever since Raul Sanllehi has come in, he has basically dictated everything. Do you know what I mean? Unai Emery came in. Unai didn't have much say. The players that he wanted, he couldn't get. I think he wanted Zaha. We end up going for Nicolas Pepe. Now I know Nicolas Pepe will turn into a good player, but what I'm saying is that everything, it was all about Raul Sanllehi. Do you know what I mean? You're bringing Denis Suarez, yep. I think it was a right winger or a left winger. I can't remember. Yeah, paid 5 million loan for him, and he ends up only playing less than 90 minutes of football. Now, can someone tell me how that works, please? Can somebody really tell me how that works? And it's now coming to light. You're seeing all these things happen in the background now, but when you now expose it and see what's really going on, then you know that, hey, things were not right off the field. And, you know, you would have had people talking about it, but, you know, for whatever reason, you know, they somehow, the news hasn't sort of come to the surface. But now it's come to the surface. And the thing about it, the Nicolas Pepe is the big one. Because, you know, from a club that didn't have no money, then all of a sudden, bang, we make the deal and broke the deal with Nicolas Pepe. Can somebody tell me how that works? Let me know. All right, I know we talk about installments and stuff like that, but I think the main concern here is the fact that the dealing wasn't done directly. So what you have is people up in that eye level. I mean, those guys, they earn money. They're just all lining each other's pockets. And this is not the model of Arsenal Football Club. Yeah? We pride ourselves on being a self-sustaining club. That's what we wanted, yeah? But now all of a sudden now, you know, you've got these guys lining their pockets. It's not right. It has to stop. And I'm hoping that whoever they bring in, or Josh, Stan, you need to sit down and talk with these guys, because it's not looking good in terms of Arsenal off the field, in terms of what we're doing on our off-field business. And this can hamper us doing our, you know, future business concerning getting the players that we need. Because I don't know what they're going to think, or how they're going to think, or how the other clubs are going to think, because they're going to be thinking, hang on a minute, we're doing a deal, but are you using somebody else, yeah, and lining their pockets? I don't know. As I said, I don't know how the football business run. Or if someone wants to comment in there, please put it in the comments. But it is what it is. Raul Sanllehi has left the club. Vinay is now taking over as the footballing director. I don't think he's going to be able to do a job, negotiations and stuff like that. I think with Raul Sanllehi, he was known because he came from Barcelona and he was known for his shrewd negotiations and stuff like that. But I think he had his hands in a lot of pots, a lot of pies, and obviously lining a lot of people's pockets as well. And with the Kier Drapikin guy, you know, playing a major part now and saying a lot, you know, on behalf of Arsenal, it seems like he's the mouthpiece for Arsenal. That can't be right. An agent cannot be the mouthpiece for Arsenal. And so we need to go back to basics. We need to make sure that we're doing business, we're doing it properly, we're doing it right. Granted, we ain't got the money and we're trying to work out ways and ways we could do good business. But if you're lining people's pockets, you're getting rid of 55 people, employees. That does not sit well with the fans and the outside media and the bigger world. Yeah, it does not sit well, the bigger footballing world. It does not sit well. And Arsenal, you need to get your act right. You need to get your act done properly off the field so that we can be classed as a big club again. Because right now, the way we're acting like a small club, and off the field, on and off the field, we're not even talked about anymore. So guys, come on, let's get this sorted out. Let's move on. I believe Mikel Arteta is the person to get Arsenal for. I believe he loves the club, but we can't be having these shenanigans stuff going on in the background. Please put it in the comments what you think of this whole scenario, this whole situation. Do you think Arsenal were right to sack Raul Sanllehi? Do you think that Vinay is going to do a better job? Please let me know. Who do you think could come in and do a better job? And just basically just tell me what you feel about this whole situation. Please like, subscribe and share, and I'll speak to you on the next Transfer Daily. Take care.